Hello and welcome to today's recording of Assassin's Creed Unity. Today we're doing sequence 4 and we are on day 66, I think, maybe 67, but I'm fairly certain it's 66 of the Assassin's Creed Marathon on our march to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Today, of course, we're going to be doing sequence memory 4. We're going to be doing all of sequence 4, not just memory 1. We will be talking about a man who is known by the Marquis de Sade. We saw him in sequence 1, maybe sequence 2. I don't remember which one it is. I think it was 1. He was in the Bastille with us when we were in prison. So we're going to talk about who he is and why he was there, essentially, the history behind that man, and he will pop up eventually within this sequence. So let's see where it goes.
And we're back. Not everyone is so fortunate their first time through a bridge. Sometimes our initiates are trapped in the system, and we have no choice but to send someone like you in to rescue them. In fact, one of our initiates is caught in a Bellapox server right now. If you're not too exhausted, you can re-enter the bridge and rescue him. All right, back to work, initiate.
Interest in saving that man. Well, can't say man. Might not be an assassin. There. The bridge servers are strange, to say the least. Smoky bombs. Do I have any fast travel points close? Oh, I do. Let's do them. This one. Can I fast travel right there? Yeah. Can't, because that's a theater mission, and I'm definitely not fast traveling to those, because that will make us some mistakes. So where am I? Oh, here I am. This is me. We're almost there, actually. Across the bridge, and it looks like it's in the assassin's den, so to speak, so we need to go down. So we'll see what our brethren have to say, and then we'll talk about the man known as the Marquis de Sade.
Over here. Arno, what cheer?
Parishioners found a body in Notre-Dame today. The wags are already calling him the Penitent. I take it justice has been done?
Not entirely. Sivert had an accomplice the night of Monsieur de la Serre's murder. He struck the killing blow.
This raises troubling questions. What have you learned?
He was working with a man called Le Roi des Thunes.
The King of Beggars? Are you sure?
You know him?
Of him. The beggars pay him tribute. The man himself is a ghost. We've sent 3 assassins after him. The first 2 found no trace. The third never returned.
I can find him. Sivert met with one of his lieutenants. I owe it to the memory of Monsieur de la Serre to uncover the truth.
Perhaps you can at that. You've proved yourself a true assassin today. And a true assassin must have the proper tools.
So the concealed blade and the smoke bombs were just what you had on hand, then?
The Phantom Blade. A modest little update from the traditional assassin's blade. Where you're going, you may not wish to get too close to your enemies. Now then. Assassin, this council charges you to go to La Cour des Miracles. Find there the Templar agent, Le Roi des Thunes. Learn his secrets, and bring him peace.
Bring him peace. Of course. Can't use it for some reason. Well, we are gonna actually go and upgrade the cafe above us now that my thought is in it.
Arno.
See if I can get in there straight away, or if this door has not been opened yet. This door has not been opened yet. We'll stop by the cafe on the way to
What cheer?
wherever we're headed. Smoke bomb was crazy. I tend to try to keep the clothing that holds the most medicine because I am apparently that crap at this game. Alright, so let's run up here and we'll start talking about the Marquis de Sade, whose full name was D'Artagnan Alphonse Francois Marquis de Sade. This actually won't take too long because I think we just have to walk around it. This is an important part of the assassins, actually.
Something I can help you with?
What is this place?
It connects to the sanctuary. Less flashy than the Sainte-Chapelle entrance, but we own the building. Used to be part of our intelligence network. But the place has fallen on hard times.
How can I help?
I'll keep an ear out for any opportunities that come up. You might also speak to the Intendant about renovating the building itself.
I'm not exactly flush with coin just now.
Any revenues the cafe generates are yours to do with as you see fit. The money is deposited in the chest in the study, and the more improvements you make...
The more revenue.
Quite. You might also find that expanding our reach into other districts will pay dividends.
Merci.
It's an achievement for actually watching a show here. It's actually pretty cool. It's comedy, I think, and the guy got booed off the stage. Feels like Monteriggioni all over again, doesn't it?
Decent profits.
Kind of eight.
It seems that workmen renovating the main wing found a small
Also gonna
room
pop up and
hidden
talk to
behind
that
the
later.
kitchen. Its contents may be of interest to you.
Oh.
The previous owners must have walled off a room in the main hall. Perhaps you'd be interested in what they found.
Exteriors.
That well's been disused for years. It'll be nice to have fresh water again.
Upper floors. Oh, I have enough to.
We found
unless
something in the attic
this last
during
one's
the
like 40
renovation.
grand.
You may
I
wish
should
to
have
go
enough to
upstairs
take
and
care
have
of
a
all of
look.
it.
The workmen were able
That's a
to break
surprise.
open a
I didn't
doorway in
expect
the
to have
basement,
enough money to
it would afford a way to come and
do it all.
go along the north bank, free from prying eyes. Should someone require such a thing.
Alright, and we want to grab that letter, because that letter is actually pretty important for the story. Actually, since we're here, pick up this initiate chest. Is that Edward's clothes, I think? Yep, Edward's outfit.
Paris, September 23rd, 1788. Dear Arno, I never thought I could be so bored in Paris. Can you imagine it? The greatest city in the world, and here I am, stuck in endless lectures from dawn to dusk. It's worse than that winter we spent in Strasbourg. Do you remember? When it snowed for a week straight, and we couldn't leave the house, and all the books in the library were in German. We convinced that cook the house was haunted by some young Frankish prince. And the poor man refused to leave his kitchen without a rosary in one hand and a Bible in the other. I miss those days. The things I'm learning from Father's friends are... well, I wish I could tell you about them. Someday, perhaps. But not now. And not like this. But still, I find myself missing those days. Missing home. Missing you. Next time Father comes to Paris, you must persuade him to bring you along. I remain always your Elise.
Arno and Elise.
Alright, let's go after the Rediscover. Alright, so as we run, because I don't believe I have a fast travel point up there any farther. Oh, those are the companion missions from my phone. Because this one had a companion app too. Alright, so let's talk about... oh, well, that ain't well. Let's talk about the Marquis de Sade. Not the Marquis de Sade. The Marquis de Sade. His full name was D'Artagnan Alphonse Francois Marquis de Sade. He was born June 2nd, 1740. And after training for 20 months, he'd be commissioned as a sub-lieutenant on December 14th, 1755. 13 months later, he'd reach the rank of cornet, and eventually would serve in the 7 Years' War as a colonel of a dragoon regiment.
Both of you, I'd better watch what you're saying. You're no patriot!
In the time, the Marquis would, in his time, the Marquis would live what was considered a scandalous, libertine life, and would reportedly procure, let's get this fast travel point. He'd frequently procure young prostitutes, as well as employees of both sexes in his castle, which was named the Chateau de la Caste, Starting in 1763, excuse me, 1763, he would live in or near Paris, and would be put under police. Oh, that was close. Police surveillance. There we go. He would be put under the surveillance after being accused of, what was it that he was accused of? Mistreatment of several prostitutes. He'd be exiled to a chateau in 1768, and over the next 20 years he'd be in and out of prisons. Sentenced to death, and successfully appealing it. Oh, no, you were supposed to do a quick jump. While imprisoned in the Chateau de Vican, he would meet the Comte de Mirabeau, and when it closed in 1784, he would be transferred to the Bastille, where we met him in game as Arno. On July 2nd, 1789, he would reportedly shout, "They're killing the prisoners in here," which we saw him do in the construct of Arno's imprisonment. Two days later, he'd end up being transferred to an insane asylum. And that insane asylum would be at the Charlton near Paris. I don't know why you're stuck there. Alright, we'll go on. Right there's where we're going to go up. He'd be released in 1790 after the new National Assembly abolished the instrument of lettre de cachet, and then his wife would divorce him shortly after. He would publish several of his books anonymously. After calling himself Citizen Sade, he would be elected to the National Convention. On December 15th, 1793, he would be accused of I believe it was pronounced moderatism. Sometimes I don't understand my own notes. And then he'd be imprisoned again for almost a year, being released after the end of the Reign of Terror. In 1801, Napoleon would order the arrest of the anonymous author of Justine and Juliet. That's not going to work. There we go. Sade would actually be arrested at his publisher's office and imprisoned without trial. Declared insane in 1803, he'd be transferred back to the Charlton Asylum. He'd die there December 2nd, 1814, aged 74. During his life, he'd be born a nobleman, but also a revolutionary, a politician, a philosopher, and a writer, being famous for his sexuality. He'd be so famous for his sexuality and the way he was, that sadism and sadist were coined after his name. His notable works include 120 Days of Sodom, Philosophy in the Bedroom, Justine and Juliet were two separate works. Many of his works were done within the 32 years that he spent within prison. So he spent a lot of time in there. So let's see what happens with the Kingdom of Beggars, shall we? I guess to investigate we gotta get high, right?
Oui, cheer up. It's not the worst posting. He was in the colonies a few years ago.
His Grace doesn't care about excuses. He cares about results. He makes adjustments.
Well, actually, since I'm right here and they're not going anywhere, I might as well pick up this viewpoint. Fast travel, huh? Those red chests on the map are locked. So if I come over here and you see it's a level 2 and I don't even have the easy one, so I can't even try it. The lock picking mechanic in this one is a lot. It's different. It's easier than I would say than Assassin's Creed 3, because basically it just runs back and forth of a line and you just gotta hit it at a certain time. Alright, so the guy I want was oh, he's behind me right there.
There you are. Le Roi des Thunes' lieutenant, Latouche.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Look. Lovely, no? The good folk of Paris give more money to crippled beggars than whole ones. Le Roi des Thunes sees in that bit of trivia an opportunity to motivate his less successful employees.
That man
Has lost a foot. Now you can charge in there, cause a great disturbance, and send all the rats scurrying back to their holes. Or you can disappear into the swarm and follow the rats back to their king. Either way, that man has lost a foot.
It's done.
Take him to the clinic for a proper cauterization, then send him back to the street.
Come on, up you get.
I appreciate the advice.
Not yet.
Who are you, precisely? And why help me?
Oh, I've had my eye on you for some time now, Arno. I feel it my sovereign duty to aid all those who suffered in cruelest bondage with me at the Bastille. And I have a vested interest in seeing the King of Rats caught in a trap. As to my name, I have the pleasure of being Donatien Alphonse François, Marquis de Sade. Do pay me a visit when you've tired of chasing vermin. Oh, he's left a lovely trail. Good luck.
They definitely make him likable. And at least right there underplayed his sexuality. But that's why we're talking about him here instead of back at Bastille.
Nights are getting cold again. You don't see
I know where the chimneys are.
what chimneys?
The ones his grace had put in when he took over.
Double time, lads. His grace isn't fond of tardiness. Who are you? No close.
What a good boy, Jack.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-bas?
Bleeding bastard! Die!
Oh, he's over there. I don't know why he's over there. I hope he doesn't die. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? He did. He did.
Nights are getting cold again. You don't seem worried.
Where the chimneys are.
What chimneys?
The ones his grace had put in when he took over down below.
Double time, lads. His grace isn't fond of tardiness.
Well, since I already know, and I've already gotten my
I'm sure.
little thing.
Well, which bone will you break first, I wonder? Should lock him up. Let him eat the bloody key. Far enough. Answer me, you bastard! I'll see you drink later.
He was
Do I
an
know you?
idiot. Chocolate. Got me fort. Is it Livoire? Is it francs here? Or is it actually what was it? Liveurs? Livers?
Not one more step.
So can't speak French.
True what he did to Thierry. I remember the man screams and how long they lasted. And that was for an accounting error.
You're joking. I thought he'd skimmed off the take or some such.
Nope, he misplaced a 1 in a ledger.
Right. Double time it is.
You wanna fight? I'll fight him. Don't run off! I'm a good guy! Good at smashing, ripping, tearing, and the odd amputation!
Get him inside, quickly. Something doesn't feel right.
He's dead, sir.
Then toss him in the gutter and get yourselves inside.
Hold a moment. Honourous scum!
Alright, so I gotta get in this building right here. So this way, get in this building.
Hell was that?
Damn traitor!
You must hear about it. But where? Must be here about it.
What's the order for the unfortunate in bed 6?
Horribly burned in a fire that killed his family and drove him mad.
A burn job? Do you know how hard those are to get right without burning half the district to ash?
Use a few drops of the strong acid. Layman can't tell the difference.
So what I enjoy, one of the things when you're doing 100%, you're going after the collectibles. Where they were keeps a shadow. So, like, if you go back and with a map or something and try to find it, and you know it's already there, and it stays there, and you can see that it's there, that it was there.
No! No, please!
Give me Le Roi des Thunes, and I'll spare you your life.
The carcos! He's in the carcos, but he fell church!
Latouche. I expected a stronger spine than yours. What will your master say?
Oh, God. God help me.
Wow. Kind of just gave him up real quick, didn't he? Oh, I don't want to go down. I want to go up. See if we can do the cherry bomb lure. Oh, that one is closed. That window is open. Not too bad, huh? Alright, escape the clinic, right there. Alright, let's go see what's going on. Catacombs beneath the old church. Start up at the top of the old church. While I'm here, might as well refresh my consumables. Surprised I have all my medicine. Alright, here we go. I seriously climbed that. So many weird things in this game.
Where you going? Soil yourself? Need a change of bridges?
There we go. Yeah, this was exactly the same spot that I was at. This is that viewpoint.
Piss off, you lot.
Let's see if I can get that. I think there's a unique kill in this one. That's death. Wow.
Get back,
Shock.
damn you!
Hold your line, men!
Going to loot these bodies.
Triple amputees and wounded veterans.
It's another tribute, and you'll be remembering your own brave service at Grunberg.
I'm not quite sure why there's a dot underneath me, to be honest.
Bastards! Go home!
You're just a cancer to be cut out.
Those bastards.
The beggar's entrance is available. Oh, it's assistance. Man, apparently I can't even read English.
Push us around now. Basil did a trick. I want that one. Hey! Come on!
Trying to find that other chimney, because that will actually help immensely.
Je ne vais pas rester à...
One is usually easy to find, like super easy to find, and the other one, like, is not that mud puddle. Like, there's that one. Like, seriously, where else would it be? Is there a way to get inside this building? What was that, Arno? Because I want you to go down right here. See, now, that point right there is where I'm going. Usually, I get frustrated trying to find it, and I stop. Because it should be right in here. There you are. Glad I took those extra, what, 5 minutes to try to find it? Boy.
That should smoke them out.
Alright, here we go.
I'll have you in Charlot's arms in no time, ducky. Oh! Can't escape! Too bloody slow! Tire the bastard out!
I hope they do. If they don't, that kind of makes the AI a little rubbish at times.
What do you expect? Some idiot stuck to your seat. Let's get out of
Do that. Alright. Let's get in the sewer.
Not true. What was that? I'll get you right in!
There's actually something I need to open up. There is a skill that I need. It's way too much of a pain not to have that right now. That doesn't matter. money bombs. Stun grenades actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, we're gonna get those stun grenades right now. Bye. Camera was being kind of awkward.
What's happened? They're rioting all throughout the district. You men, with me.
Alright, now we are truly in the catacombs. What's weird is it says I couldn't do an air assassination isn't available. Like, I can't do that secret anymore. But you can totally get up there and do it.
Die like a man! Coward!
Timing. Back up to 12,000 francs. Apparently I didn't get that guy all the way. Done dealing with it. You see, we could totally just air assassinate people here.
Revolutionary bastard! You won't get away! I'll have you dead in your trap! Where's the man?
Not what I wanted to do. Berserked enemies fighting. Bad idea. I have one stun grenade. That's gonna go well. I'll wait for him. As I wait for him to kill or die, I will take and loot these two bodies. Alright, let's see where we're at. So now I'm an apprentice. No, he just died. So I'm not sure if he was the only one there. Hard to tell. But he's flopping around like a fish. That's pretty weird. Put it in his butt. There's seriously nobody here. I used that berserker. Well, now the bodies are gone. That's probably why. you guys have a Zerg dart on you. Alright, next body. It's amazing to me that I gotta go up. On a blank. It is amazing to me that the...
My lord! My lord! My lord! I've heard reliable reports that an assassin is nearby and that you are his intended target.
The worm has grown a spine. Now he's a snake.
Damn. It was only a matter of time I knew that much. This is far too soon.
Oh, oui, my lord. The assassins are, well connected.
But we have the advantage now, don't we? Muster the guard and lead the hunt for this assassin. Bring me his head.
Is it smoke coming
But
in?
my lord, our men are out dealing with uprisings among the beggars. You men, with me.
I actually don't remember if there is a
Show yourself, assassin. What the hell?
special
Give it up.
assassination with this guy or not.
Son of a whore. Stay on your guard. Not good. Who's killed you, Antoine? What's all that from?
Oh, that wasn't a good shot. I thought it was.
Run up! Find him!
Should work. Ragdoll physics.
Stay together,
Loot.
men. Do not let him pass.
Alright.
He's through there.
Unfortunate.
Embarrassing.
Hold your positions, men. This is my patriotic duty.
This last apprentice brought me the most wonderful gift. I do hope you have something to
So slow.
Diable.
Molasses.
Good devoir.
You've only seconds to live.
Strange.
I'll get you right in.
There you are. What trophy shall I take from you? enemies down to the two of us, assassin. Still relying on those silly little hidden knives. Tricky, tricky, assassin.
That's some,
Perhaps not as clever as you think.
not very helpful. Moving?
What was that?
Alright, so...
Tut, tut! Not so close! Lovely to see you, assassin. Tut, tut! Not so close! Je te vois!
That actually worked really well.
My subjects have eyes everywhere, my lord. I offer their knowledge to the service of the Order.
What knowledge could a king of the gutters offer us? The intrigues of rats? You may go.
The intrigues of rats! Pompous fool, if I could lay my hands on him.
My master would be pleased to arrange that. Brother.
You all right, monsieur? Too much of the king's champagne?
Sylvain, come away!
It's done. De la Serre is dead. Grand Master.
Good.
Interesting, isn't it? Forget how to reload halfway through.
How are we supposed to find anything in this? Put out your torches! Scum!
Where's the door?
Someone douse the fires! Bastard could be right under our noses.
Yeah, it's a pain if you don't cover up those smokestacks.
Ah, you're just in time for the commencement of my reign.
Your reign?
As long as there's a Cour des Miracles, we must have a Roi des Thunes. And since there seemed to be a vacancy, I stepped in.
With remarkable speed, the body's not yet cold.
I may have set things in motion a trifle early. Say, when you first arrived at La Cour des Miracles,
you used me.
Your target is dead. We used one another.
Quite a kingdom you've inherited.
It is, isn't it? So, is justice served? Are the dead avenged? Is your soul soothed, all that rot?
Rot is a fine description. Every time I think I'm getting close to the truth, it seems another layer of filth presents itself.
Conspiracy, intrigue, a rapidly thickening plot. Add some bestiality and a lecherous priest, and I say you have the beginnings of a beautiful novel.
I'd settle for a solid lead.
So young, and yet so serious. Well, best of luck to you. You have, I trust, looked into this.
Where did you get that?
One of my newly loyal subjects brought it to me as a token of esteem, as it were. It's a curious piece. I know of only one silversmith who works metal like this.
A blade of this make killed Monsieur de la Serre. I can only assume you knew this already. Why didn't you say?
Well, where would man be if he never had to ask questions? If everything he could ever want to know was simply handed to him, he might no longer think to ask questions.
Or he might accomplish a great deal more unburdened by ignorance.
Perhaps. The smith's name is François Thomas Germain. You'll find his shop near Léal.
Thank you.
Bonne chance.
That is the end of Sequence 4 of Assassin's Creed Unity. I hope you've enjoyed the content that I brought to you today. I know that de Sade they started throwing in a sexuality at the end with the bestiality remark, but you never really see it. But you kind of get an idea based on him being the king of beggars. But with that being said, if you've enjoyed today, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and check out the links in the description below to my website and my social media pages. And until next time, have a great night.